पहली फिल्म में तो ब्लॉकबस्टर दे दी, फिर उसके हाथ में पैसे दे दिए तो उसको पता नहीं. Who knows his storytelling? Who knows his art direction? When these agencies came up, they said नहीं नहीं वो तो पुराने हैं, उनको हाथ मत लगाओ. Or looks forward to seeing you on screen, looks forward to narrating his heroes, going back home and telling that story, and he's saying, "अच्छा मेरे को देखना है यार." That excitement. Hi, this is Suniel Shetty.
Hi, this is Vivek Oberoi.
And you're watching us on
TellyChakkar.
TellyChakkar.
You guys have teamed up after 15 years. We cannot forget Shootout at Lokhandwala at all. Amazing film. I would like to know from you, sir. At that time, Vivek was a bit relatively newcomer. After this 15 years, when you were working with him, what kind of a growth and difference you saw him as an actor?
See, he's only grown as an actor, and when you see someone grow as an actor, evolve, do something different all the time, and take on work against all odds also, that knowing very well that, okay, I'm playing this character, but can I rise above the script also? He's someone who's managed to do that. So the minute Amit came and told me, you know what, I think as a cop, Vivek, I said nothing better. Because you know for a fact then that you have someone who will make that part of the story work. Like with me, my part of the story is not just Talava. He's single-handedly standing against this entire empire. It's my family that works. I keep saying this again and again is because when you go into the web series, you'll understand that it's Talava's family that gives him the energy to do what he does. He's at an age where physically he can't go around doing anything. But mentally, he's strong enough, has the aura and the power to control, and controls that entire 52 acres of Mumbai sitting right there. So when you know that you have a co-actor who's brilliant when it comes to performance, it also keeps you on the edge, gets you to work harder, work better. For me, it was a comeback. So I'm happy with the exams that I've given. It's the rest for the audience to decide whether, you know, what are the kind of marks they want to give me.
I would want to know from you that, you know, of course, 15 years back also, and this time also, when you came on the sets and there was Suniel sir around, I mean, to be very honest, there is a different aura around him. I'm interviewing him for the first time and I can feel that different aura. And so I want to know from you, how was it on the sets when you like maybe shot for the first time during Lokhandwala as well as Dharavi Bank?
Somebody that I've known from my student days, not just as a fan, but I had the opportunity to go onto the set. My dad did 4 films with Anna. I think it was Gopi Kishan, Prithvi.
Yeah.
And when I met Anna on those sets, Akrosh.
I know there's so many films.
Anna was this really warm, loving, genuine person that was talking to this impressionable kid that I was in my student days, and really giving me good advice, you know, taking time and having a conversation with me. And I took that back home with me. I was like, you know, this guy's a great guy. Aside from being a fan on screen, I became a fan, you know, off screen too. So I've always enjoyed that. We've had a really warm relationship, and to work again post shootout on Dharavi Bank was amazing. What took me by surprise?
I was there at the press con also, and it just, one of your statements took me a bit back, a bit disappointed also. When you said that, you know, you were not getting good offers, actors like an actor of your stature, where do you think filmmakers were not coming with the right offers and why?
Because probably at the box office I didn't work. I had probably done bad content, created bad content, and finally it's a math that has to work for a producer to come to you with something good or believe that the magic is still there in you, and that's why that happened. But no regrets. Of course you feel bad initially, you go through that stage, but then when you step back and realize, okay, I missed this but I gained this. I got quality time with my father, I got quality time with the family. I stepped back, analyzed, understood what the industry is, what they're going through, saw the highs, then I'm seeing the lows also. Far more aware as to what has to happen. Ahan is at the peak of his career. The kind of choices that you need to make for him and Tia, and see what it is. It's not about announcing. I'm seeing everybody just announcing films and wanting to be there in the paper and the media. That's 24 hours here, and then it's stale news. So those decisions of taking, I mean, Ahan's got a few announcements coming, and each announcement will tell his audience that, no, he hasn't sat at home. He's worked on things that need to be done. And we will celebrate cinema. We've forgotten how to celebrate cinema. We don't announce cinema anymore. We don't announce our music anymore. Then there are no premieres. There's no nothing. Cinema is larger than life. It's not home viewing. So you have to celebrate it. And for me, cinema will always be the bop of entertainment. The father is the father, and that is cinema. OTT, everything else. follows. It's a safe place to be, no doubt about. Has given India some of the finest actors the country has ever seen from every nook and corner of the country. So hats off to that. But we need to start celebrating our cinema. And this is my takeaway from these 6-7 years. I've grown from a script perspective. I've grown as an actor, watching these young kids deliver telling extraordinary stories. Understood the difference between good and bad when it comes to direction. दो फिल्में हैं, पहली फिल्म में तो ब्लॉकबस्टर दे दी, फिर उसके हाथ में पैसे दे दिए तो उसको पता नहीं कि फिल्म कैसे बनाओ. Storytelling in a narration doesn't make you a director. It's a Amit Chakkar who's gone through the grind, who knows his storytelling, who knows his art direction, who knows his editing, who knows his background, who knows his performances, who knows his shot takings, is what a complete director there is. So you see every director from the yesteryears, when these agencies came up, they said, नहीं वो तो पुराने हैं, उनको हाथ मत लगाओ. आज वही पुराने जो आप समझे वो ही डिलीवर कर सकते हैं एक एंटरटेनिंग फिल्म टू द ऑडियंस. आप लास्ट आज सूरज बरजातिया की फिल्म देखो चली, अनीस बज़मी की फिल्म देखो चली, संजय बंसाली की फिल्म देखो चली. दे नो देयर क्राफ्ट. अ डायरेक्टर शुड नो हिज लेंस एंड व्हाट ही वांट्स एंड वेयर ही इज गोइंग टू कट. वो ही डिलीवर करेंगे, सो अ लॉट हैज टू चेंज इन दिस इंडस्ट्री. And sat back and probably understood a lot. I'm far wiser.
Because you both have been doing South in the last couple of years, I have been seeing that. And this year we have had many Hindi dub films which did really well. Of course, there's a debate that maybe South will take over Bollywood. What do you guys have to say about that?
I think content will take over cinema. Good content versus bad content. And ever since the coming of the OTT and language not being a barrier, any content is best watched in the language it's been delivered in. So there's nothing about South versus Bollywood, Bollywood versus South. It's about Indian cinema and it's about delivering great content. Kantara was a very simple story, and so was Pushpa and so was the other stories were presented larger than life. That's because the directors knew their craft. You're talking about Rajamouli, you're talking about the best of talent. It's not a kid who's assisted for one film and then because he's very close to the actor has ended up making a film because he's got a producer. It doesn't work. Proposals don't work.
I think both of us have worked in the South, and what I love there is that there is a lot of respect for time. They're very punctual. There's a lot of respect for the amount of money that's being spent. In Hindi, we find a way to spend 100 rupees per second, we find a way to make it 150. They try to save every penny. They try to make sure that every dollar spent is on screen. You visually see it. Sometimes you feel like this film is made for 200 crores and you say, oh, where is it on screen? And all the other costs but the product, it is spent on. Whereas they don't do that. They focus on the making of, they focus on the telling of that story, on the uniqueness of that story. And that's something that I think we need to wake up and I think there will be a resurrection. There will be a new wave, a new thought process where talent will be more important than proposal.
Right, as we of course talking about this, one thing which we used to get to see a lot in 90s and early 2000 was heroism, and today I got to see the first episode of Dharavi Bank, and both of you, your entry while talking to other I think subordinates, and so your entry to gave me goosebumps, like doing aarti and then walking. It was amazing. So I think even that is something, the heroism which we got to see is missing right now. Maybe that is
absolutely larger than life, where your audience aspires to be like you or looks forward to seeing you on screen, looks forward to narrating his hero's story, going back home and telling that story, and he's saying, "Acha, मेरे को देखना है यार." That excitement होना बहुत ज़रूरी है, because that's what makes or breaks content. यार.
What I said, we choose a culture of celebration. Celebrate a release, we just celebrate a film doing well, celebrate a music, just celebrate. And it was like a party. It was a fraternity. You would go to theirs, they would go to yours. It's that whole story now. It's become very.
Now celebration is on social media, digitally paying so-called critiques and getting written about. अभी कौन लिख रहा है, कैसे लिख रहा है, on what basis, it's not important.
Most of the web series are having sequels. Do we also expect a Dharavi Bank season 2?
I think when you see the 10th episode, you'll get the answer.
It was so nice chatting with you both, and all the best for Dharavi Bank.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers. Hi, this is Suniel Shetty.
Hi, this is Vivek Oberoi.
And you're watching us on
TellyChakkar.
TellyChakkar.
Dharavi Bank.
Know all about the Telly world by subscribing to TellyChakkar's YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to stay updated to our new videos.